My name is Shubhankar Sharma and I'm an advocate. I passed out of law school in 2019 and I have been working ever since. Uh, since my law school days, I was very intrigued by IP. I lugged my way through in the IP area of law, and I'm working as a trademark and copyright associate in Lex Mantis. Initially, I had a brief idea about LawSikho back when I was in law school, but I never took any classes or any course because I thought I didn't need it. But eventually, when I got my second job where I'm working right now, so we had a lot of contract drafting work here, and I actually had worked only with trademark applications, copyrights, and all the prosecutions related to that. So I had no basic idea about how contract drafting works. But then, as and when the work came, I realized that I had no knowledge about contract drafting because in law school, basically they don't teach us about law about contract drafting, right? If you ask anyone, they nobody teaches contract drafting. So my mentor, my senior ma'am, Anuraja ma'am, she was the one who introduced me to this course, and she was like, she insisted that no, you have to take this course because your contract drafting skills are really poor, and every lawyer should know these skills because it's not like just by knowing trademark and copyright law and everything you will be successful. The basic of every lawyer is contract drafting, right? You should know that. So she was the one who introduced me, and then I ended up joining the contract drafting course, and yeah, it was really helpful, and we drafted a lot of contracts. So it was a 2 months course, and right from bail applications to legal memos to rent agreements, franchisee agreements, to petitions and articles. We drafted everything, and it was a great experience for me, and I learned a lot, and it has helped me in my career. As I told you that I had like no knowledge about contract drafting, and when I completed the course, or even though during the course, I started gaining knowledge. I started reading up contracts. I started drafting contracts. So now I'm not saying that I'm 100% there because you're never 100% there, but at least I am better than what I was 5 months ago, and I can now ask my seniors for work relating to contract drafting. So it has really ended up being a great course for me because previously I was very hesitant. Even when the course started, I was really hesitant as to would I be able to do it properly, because mistakes tend to happen, and then it gets very difficult. But then eventually, I'm not better, but at least I'm getting better every day. I try and draft contracts on my own. I make up my own scenarios, and I read through the books that are given by LawSikho. I read through the lectures. I go through the lectures and everything. So it has helped me a lot in that sense. And I'm better. I'm more confident right now. So self confidence has really boosted me. So it was great. It has been great. And secondly, we were told to draft petitions as a part of the assignment. So it's a very funny story actually. Anahita ma'am, shout out to Anahita Arya ma'am, who was the evaluator of the drafting the assignment. They gave us the topic. So my topic was National Commission, drafting a petition for National Commission of Women and Children in case of violation of child rights at workplace or factory. So it was the last assignment, and like I was doing well in all the previous assignments, so I drafted, I sent for evaluation, and I got a 0. So like it really disheartened me. Like why did I get a 0? So I spoke with Anahita ma'am, and she gave me a few pointers here and there, what I missed out, citations, different case laws you have to write, you have to mention everything, all of those things. And then I paved my way through, and I ended up writing the article once again. I ended up writing the article, and she actually liked it. So from 0, she gave me an 8. And then a few days later, she told me that you are really good at writing. Because so I was really shocked, because I never thought that anyone would tell me that I'm really good at writing, because I never in my life, I mean, we used to write compositions and everything in school, but I had never written anything on the lines of legal law or law, right? So it was really I boost in my self confidence that she actually thought that I could write more. And she was like, if you write one more article, you would be eligible for the certificate of merit. So I told her that if you guide me uh, while I write, then it's great. And then I ended up writing another article on drafting a petition on decriminalizing marijuana in India, and I got full marks in that. I got 10 on 10, and because of that, I ended up being the first rank in the drafting course. In all the people who had taken up the course, I got first rank, and it was really like I wouldn't have imagined in all of those people I would be the first one. But it helped me a lot. It basically it helped me in my self confidence, because uh, previously I lacked self confidence, and now that I know certain things and I know that I can write, even though it is being evaluated by seniors, but there is obviously there is room for improvement everywhere, and it really helped me a lot. I am very thankful to LawSikho, Anahita ma'am, and everyone at LawSikho team who have helped me a lot. I don't know if I'm in a position to give advice to anyone, as I've only completed like 2 years and I'm not still there. At least in my head, I'm not still there. But my only advice would be to, like, I was ignorant in the first few years of my law career to not get into internships, right? I don't know about curriculum, because everyone has a different study pattern, and eventually you have to pass and get through good grades and everything. That is so very normal for everyone, very basic advice. But the main advice that I want to give to anyone, especially being a first generation lawyer, I'm a first generation lawyer. I have like no one, even remotely in any of my relatives, no one is into a law field. No one. So it was really a challenging step for me when I got into this field. So it was a big challenge for me. But uh, I what my seniors told me is that, and what I would tell my juniors right now is that please take internships very seriously, because whenever you, so when you're not from an NLU, in NLU you end up getting placements, but when you're from a college like I am, or any these colleges in Mumbai or anywhere which are not NLUs, it is very difficult because they don't give you placements, right? So how will a recruiter judge you? They judge you by your knowledge. Now they know that students don't usually study in law school, right? They study like 1-2 days before any exam, and they just pass and they get on with their life. But when you do internships and when you show them your CV, it, they understand that how you have learned what you have learned. Like, for example, I already thought when I joined law school back in 2017 that I wanted to get into IP. So I ended up doing a course from Nalsar in media laws, and I also did a course from WIPO, right, on introduction to IP. So and then I ended up getting internships in IP as well. So like I had a basic knowledge of intellectual property, trademarks, and copyrights, and what I wanted to get into. So that was clear. But many of my peers and many of my friends, they had no idea what, and half of them, they didn't even get internships or do internships. So it was very difficult for them to find a job. I'm not saying it was very easy for me. I like struggled, like I had to struggle for 2 months to get a job, not even a decent paying job. It was a basic job, okay. And but because of my knowledge on IP, I ended up getting a job in an IP firm. So that was only because they knew that I knew something on trademarks and copyrights, and it was really very helpful for me. Uh, so that is my only advice to anyone. Please do internships, even though you're not getting internships of your own choice, because the NLU people have a chip on their shoulder because they're from NLU, and students like us, it's very difficult. So please get internships. Please learn everything. please be thorough with the laws that you do. So it is very important for any student. All of these things are really important. That will be my only advice. I mean, I don't have any advice for LawSikho. LawSikho is doing a great job for students. Like I have seen not only law students, even advocates who are like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds attending the boot camps hosted by Abhyuday sir and Ramanujan sir. So it's great that the work you guys are doing, it's amazing. It has helped me. I have also joined one more course on IP, Introduction to IP course. The only thing is that the course is a little expensive. So the IP course that I wanted to enroll into was for, I guess, 15-20,000 back 3 months ago, but I couldn't join it because of some financial reasons. But then when I was able to join the course, the course wasn't there, and it ended up being 50,000, which is a lot of money, right? So that is the only piece of advice. If you, I mean, it's not even an advice, but a suggestion that the course is a little expensive, but they are worth the money, but a little expensive. That's about it. Rest the job you guys are doing is amazing, and I owe to you guys. And I'm really happy being associated with LawSikho, especially the placement team is great. Like I have seen people getting jobs from from the LawSikho placement team. They are really hardworking, and yes, I'm really happy.